Chapter 711. Hurt her until she has a miscarriage. The outside world is currently filled with gossip. Fans are saying that your commercials have been cancelled and are wondering if you are still safe. Whether you are being held under duress or whether you are in danger, Mo Ting said softly beside Ting Ning's ear as he helped her bathe that night. You should find a chance to make a public appearance so your fans can be at ease. After hearing this, Ting Ning smiled. I understand. I'll make one last appearance before I go into labor. In actual fact, Mo Ting's true intention was for Tang Ning to give Song Shin a slap in the face. After all, Song Shin thought that Tang Ning would disappear from the entertainment industry because of elder Song's suppression. But Tang Ning was going to show Song Shin that suppressing her was merely an inconvenience to the industry. And unfortunately, Elder Song would have to try harder. In that case, Ting, when do you think will be the right time to make an appearance? A famous perfume brand will be holding a product launch in a few days. I've spoken to Mom and she has confirmed that it is a business partner of Tang Corp's. So, it makes sense for you to attend. Mo Ting spoke softly the entire time as he lowered his head for Tang Ning to wipe his back. As his eyes fell upon Tang Ning's stomach, just the thought of seeing the baby soon filled him with excitement. The feeling was indescribable. Ting, you're meant to be my manager. How can you have no reaction after seeing me suffer in this way? Tang Ning asked. The film is simply being reviewed. It's not completely banned from screening. Plus, I've asked you to stay at home all along, but you've been disobedient. Now, you have a reason to behave, Mo Ting replied in seriousness. Either way, Mrs. Mo, you must have a lot of influence for an entire government department to suppress you. President Mo, are you finding joy in my suffering? Ting Ning turned around and hooked her arms around Mo Ting's neck. You must know by now that I enjoy acting weak to catch out my opponents. Mo Ting glared at his wife, gesturing for her to behave. Even with such a big belly, she didn't know how to relax. Who did she think Mo Ting was? When had he ever allowed her to suffer? This man was the most vengeful type of person. Previously, he didn't know how to be modest and would seek payback in front of her. But now, he had learned a new skill. Scheming in silence and causing unspeakable pain. Okay, I admit defeat. From now on, I won't worry about anything. I'll simply wait patiently for my child to come into this world. Tang Ning raised her hands and surrendered. Is that good enough for you, Mr. Mo? Mo Ting did not say a word. He simply placed his bubble-covered hands on Tang Ning's cheeks and drew her in for a kiss. It was not until the couple had run out of breath that he pressed his nose against hers and said in a deep, seductive voice, if you don't give birth soon, I won't be able to resist myself anymore. I never told you to resist, but the doctor specifically said that we can't at the moment. Mo Ting hugged Tang Ning tightly as he tried to suppress his desires. Ting, no. Song Shin arrived that night at the Duan family home bearing plenty of gifts. As usual, she knew how to make Mother Duan and Father Duan happy. She then went to see Duan Jinghong. Duan Jinghong was tidying up some old photos. During the years that she had spent with Song Shin, the two of them had taken plenty of photos. Jinghong, why are you here? While sitting on the bed, Duan Jinghong closed the photo album in her hands and placed it under her pillow. I already saw it. Song Shin was slightly moved. After all, the two women had a long history together. They were even closer than actual sisters. Come back to work for me. I thought you didn't trust me, Duan Jinghong said with a whimper. Weren't you afraid that I'd betray you? I only felt that way because I was too scared. I didn't mean it. I've realized now that you would never betray me. Otherwise, you would have already exposed me to the public, Song Shin explained. Moreover, Tang Ning has now been defeated by my grandfather. We should no longer hurt our friendship because of a person like that. Come back and work with me. Duan Jinghong looked away without a word. When your legs have recovered, we can go back to how we used to be and pretend that nothing happened. We're still good friends, Song Shin coaxed as she tried to capture Duan Jinghong's gaze. My legs. Duan Jinghong touched her legs and replied, I don't know when they will recover. It's fine. I will wait for you. No matter how long it takes, I will wait for you. Hearing this, Duan Jinghong lifted her head with a sense of longing. Can we really return to how we used to be? What if you abandon me again? I won't. Never again. Duan Jinghong thought for a moment and nodded her head. Okay, give me some time to recover. To be honest, Tingning tried to threaten me while you weren't around, but I told her that you and I were one entity. If I testify against you, I would be testifying against myself. I know better than anyone how many plans I've executed with my own hands. No matter how stupid I am, I would never betray you. If Song Shin was still uncertain about Duan Jinghong's words, these last few sentences were enough to dispel her doubts. Duan Jinghong was right. Most of the time, Song Shin had merely given verbal orders, but the one to execute it had always been Duan Jinghong. If Duan Jinghong was to testify against Song Shin, she would be hurting herself. With this thought, Song Shin was a lot more reassured by Duan Jinghong. After all, she assumed that Duan Jinghong depended on her to survive. Meanwhile, the outside world was indeed gossiping ridiculously about Tingning. They claimed that she had offended a senior official, that she was banned by the industry, and that she was missing because she was being detained for interrogation. Multiple versions and multiple possibilities were explored. Her commercials had been cancelled. Her film was under review and her peers were claiming that she was arrogant. So, the public were certain that Tingning was going to forever disappear from the industry. Song Shin should be the happiest with this result. I don't have to see Tingning's annoying face anymore. How satisfying. Has grandfather Song personally made a move? Duan Jinghong guessed. This time, Tingning should be hit hard enough. Being suppressed by a government department is different to being suppressed by an agency. When an agency suppresses someone, it can usually be resolved via the law or by changing companies. But when it comes to a government department, no one can go against their orders. This is where grandfather is amazing. Song Shin laughed proudly. How far are you planning to push Tingning? I'm going to hurt her until she has a miscarriage. Song Shin's response was extremely direct. But, of course, this was Song Shin's wishful thinking. Who did she think Tingning was? Was she someone that was at the mercy of others? Song Shin was going to find out very soon how wrong she was. A few days later, the product launch of a famous perfume brand was held in Beijing as scheduled. Of course, at this event, a figure that made everyone scream was to appear. Chapter 712. My Ning is amazing. A famous male artist was invited to the event as a spokesperson. As he appeared on the red carpet, a few fans screamed in excitement. This was expected, but no one considered that this famous perfume brand had an important business partner, Tangkor. So, a beautiful figure soon appeared in front of the media and the public. At first, everyone was stunned, but they quickly responded and snapped furiously at their cameras. Why is Tingning here? Didn't the rumors claim that she has been banned from the industry? How come she's allowed to be here? Rumors can't be trusted. Judging by Tingning's expression, she hasn't been impacted at all. Tingning must have appeared to dispel the rumors. Tingning, look over here and give us a smile. Tingning. No one expected that Tingning would make an appearance. Since they hadn't seen her for a while, they couldn't help but chase after her. They wanted to hear from her personally whether the recent rumors were true. The internet quickly followed this news. They even posted a photo of her wearing her long pink dress with her perfect posture. Of course, Song Shin quickly saw this and her eyes widened in surprise. After confirming that it was actually Tingning, She gave Duan Jinghong a phone call. Have you heard? Tang Ning is attending a product launch for a famous perfume brand today. How come someone still dared to invite her? Duan Jinghong did not know the reason either. She simply believed in Tang Ning's capabilities. No, I can't let this bee make a comeback so quickly. Faced with Song Shin's hostile panic, Duan Jinghong remained silent. She believed that Tang Ning was brave and had nothing to fear. What's the reason for this? How could this be? I'm going to ask grandfather. Meanwhile, Tang Ning was in the middle of an interview. Miss Tang, recent rumors claim that you offended a senior official and have suffered the biggest crisis of your career. Is this true? I'm sorry, but I'm not attending this event today as an actress nor an artist. Don't forget, I am still the chairwoman of Tang Corp. I'm simply attending today because this brand is a business partner of Tang Corp's, so I should show some support. In other words, she was here as the chairwoman of Tang Corp and not as an actress of high ruies. It may be easy for Song Shin to suppress the actress Tang Ning, but if she wanted to suppress the chairwoman Tang Ning, she would perhaps need to bribe the officials at the Department of Economic Affairs. As Song Shin watched this scene on her tablet, she wanted so badly to smash it on the ground. Tang Ning, you sure are capable. Does that mean you will be attending events as the chairwoman of Tang Corp from now on? Since Tang Ning changed the subject, the reporters quickly adjusted their questions as well. In actual fact, all they wanted to know was whether Tang Ning had offended a senior official. At least for this event, I will be. Tang Ning played Tai Chi around the questions. She didn't admit that she was being suppressed, nor did she deny it. This left the reporters with plenty to think about. As the chairwoman of Tang Corp, I can still serve everyone. After that, Tang Ning quickly left the interview area and entered the venue of the event. Of course, Tang Ning's appearance provided her fans with a lot of reassurance. It was good to see that she was safe. After all, the rumors were much too frightening. My Ning is okay. Unfortunately, she hasn't clarified whether she is being bullied or not. The enemy mustn't have considered the fact that even if Tang Ning isn't a model or an actress, she is still a chairwoman. I reckon my Ning is being bullied. Otherwise, why would she draw a fine line with her identity as an actress? Actually, it's not bad for my Ning to be a chairwoman. No matter what she does, she is still my Ning. My Ning is amazing. What's with all the talk about being suppressed and detained? My Ning is doing fine as a chairwoman. In any case, Tang Ning's appearance made the fans quickly calm down and no longer make any random guesses about whether she was in danger. Most importantly, Duan Jinghong could sense that Tang Ning was declaring war with Song Shin through the screen. If Song Shin wanted to suppress her, it was obvious that the Song family did not have the ability to do it just yet. Because of this, Duan Jinghong couldn't help but smile. She was indeed Tang Ning. No one could block her dazzling presence. She made people both envious and filled with admiration. Elder Song was angered by the events that day. So, he made a phone call to the man that was working for Hi Monsieur. However, the man simply replied, apart from being an actress and a model, Tang Ning has many other identities. Amongst these is the chairwoman of Tang Corp. He could influence Tang Ning's actions in the entertainment industry, but he couldn't restrict her freedom. Monsieur, he did not have such an authority. In other words, from now on you have no control over Tang Ning attending events as the chairwoman of Tang Corp. Old man, don't force me to do something beyond my powers. I have the phone number of the relevant person you should be speaking to. You can give him a call and see if he is willing to destroy a top-performing company for you. Let me remind you, Tang Corp is a century-old perfume empire that has contributed a lot to Beijing. Elder Song felt completely humiliated. How could he be so helpless towards a mere performer? And how was he to explain the situation to Song Shin? This Tang Ning is sure tricky. However, he had no idea that the truly tricky person was his own granddaughter. Ting Ning's slap had landed directly on the old man's face. After all, he could not uphold his promise with his granddaughter. What was going to happen to his pride? Of course, this was the result that Mo Ting and Tang Ning wanted to achieve. Was Tang Ning someone that could be easily suppressed? What a joke. But if Song Shin thought everything was over so simply, then her opponent wasn't Tang Ning. The true Tang Ning was going to make her pay for the stupid decisions she had made. Tang Ning was about to give birth, so she was naturally going to retreat from the industry. But she still had the option of making Duan Jinghong famous. How was Song Shin going to feel if her own manager became more successful than her? This was something that Duan Jinghong had never expected either. She never expected that Tang Ning would suggest something so crazy and bold. Think it over, then give me a reply. But everyone in the industry has their own strengths. How am I supposed to debut? Duan Jinghong didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Plus, if you make me famous, are you going to let me surpass you? If you have the ability, I'm not afraid of being surpassed, Tang Ning replied. You don't need to worry about me. When the time comes for me to return, I will definitely return. Hit the like, thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening.